Welcome to Miami Women's Basketball on Red Hawk Radio. This afternoon, the Akron Zips and the Miami Red Hawks will square off on Senior Day over at Millett Hall, the last game of the regular season for both teams. The Akron Zips come in 23-6 overall, 12-6 in the MAC. Their last game, a 65-55 loss against Kent State Wednesday. Miami 21-7 overall. They are 12-5 in the MAC. A 70-66 loss against OU Wednesday is the last game for Miami. Welcome into the pregame show, everybody, on Red Hawk Radio. My name is Patrick Geshan. Schierlinger and Leighton Kentwell are standing by over at Millett Hall as it's the last game of the regular season for either team. Now, the playoff scenarios are what we're really talking about right now. Miami already has punched their ticket to Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland. That happened last Saturday when Bowling Green won their game over Kent State. And a Miami win over Akron tonight with a Buffalo loss at Kent State would give the Red Hawks the 3 seed in the MAC tournament coming up next week. Now, a loss for Miami today against Akron and a Buffalo win over Kent State up in Kent would give Miami the 4 seed in the MAC tournament. So they are for sure in Cleveland. Just the seeding is the thing that is still to be determined. Senior Day, of course, so 4 seniors being honored for Miami: Kristen Levering, Bailey Reed, Leah Purvis, and Kendall McCoy. All were honored during a pregame ceremony here at Millett Hall before the game. Now, the Red Hawks come in 3rd in the MAC East today. Akron is currently 5th in the MAC East. And Akron right now, if the playoffs started today, would host Eastern Michigan if the tournament began. And, of course, their seeding and playoff matchup for Monday is still yet to be determined, as they will have to play a game preliminary to get into Cleveland next week for the tournament. The last meeting between these two teams was February 16th at Akron in a game Miami won 67-61. And in that game, both teams combined for 0 fast break points. Just something to keep in mind, and an interesting note and stat there. So plenty of games going on in MAC women's basketball this afternoon. Of course, we have this one in Oxford between Akron and Miami. Bowling Green visits Athens to take on Ohio. Buffalo at Kent State is the game we'll be watching today to determine what seed Miami is going to be in the MAC tournament coming up next week in Cleveland. Northern Illinois at Kalamazoo to take on Western Michigan. Ball State hosts Eastern Michigan, and Central Michigan hosts Toledo. And all the games going on in MAC women's basketball here this afternoon. All of those 2 o'clock starts, of course. On the men's side of things in NCAA basketball, plenty of games and scores and going on right now in the top 25. Auburn, with 20 seconds to go in the second half, leads Tennessee by a score of 81-78. With 4:22 to go in the second half, Seton Hall holds on to a 66-63 lead over 23-ranked Villanova. And with 3:55 to go in the second half, Florida State has a 10-point lead over Wake Forest, 58-48. That Tennessee-Auburn matchup, Auburn could upset the number 5 team in the country, Tennessee, on their home court this afternoon. 82-78 your score. And Leighton Kentwell is, of course, keeping a very close eye on that game. So, Kenny Schierlinger and Leighton will take it over from Millett Hall when we return. Miami women's basketball, the last game at Millett this year and the last regular season game before the playoffs. Final tune-up coming up next. This is Miami women's basketball on Red Hawk Radio.
Ranger Station.
I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
I put out my campfire and Smokey Bear hugged me.
So you drowned the fire, you stirred it, drowned it again, and felt that it was cold?
Uh-huh.
Yep, he's just letting you know you did good.
Bear hug from Smokey Bear. Status update.
I'm gonna let you go now. There are many ways to start a fire, but one sure way to put it out. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service Ad Council and your state forester.
All right, crew, let's get her dug.
Miami University here at Millette Hall as the final regular season matchup in MAC Women's basketball today for both of these squads and around the conference. Kenny Schierlinger alongside Leighton Kentwell with Patrick Geshan back in the studio. Miami coming in 12-5 in the conference, taking on the Akron Zips, who are struggling a little bit more than the Red Hawks. So, Leighton, what are the Red Hawks' keys to the game here if they want to get a win against the Akron Zips?
Well, last game, Kenny, last game against Akron, they really got to the line very well. Made 15 out of 18 free throws and attacked the basket. Only shot 7 threes in that game, but it didn't really matter because they came away with the victory. I think what they got back to last game against Ohio Bobcats in that second half was attacking the rim, running their offense, and getting it down low to their big centers down there. And I think that would be the key to the game, is to really utilize their big men.
So Akron coming in 16-12 overall, 7-10 in the MAC officially. Miami coming in 21-7 and 12-5 in the MAC. Like just mentioned, Miami in a 3-game losing skid, dropping to Ohio at home 66-70 this past week, a couple days ago. You heard it on Red Hawk Radio as they're trying to get a win on senior day, as players like Leah Purvis, Kendall McCoy, Kristen Levering, and Kennedy Taylor, or Bailey Reed rather, are going to have their final home game here at Millette Hall. Miami, of course, like you heard of Patrick, already clinched their ticket to Cleveland, so they will be playing this coming Wednesday in Cleveland. And the men's unfortunately lost the OU last night, so they are going to have to travel to Akron Monday, and if they win, they're going to have the toughest matchup probably in the MAC, and one of the toughest matchups in the whole country, facing off with Buffalo if they can get a win at Akron Monday. So it should be a exciting next couple of days in MAC basketball on the women's side and men's side, as we're going to get the starters here for Miami and Akron. Starting with Akron, we're going to go with Shawnee Edmonds, who is the junior guard from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Shayna Harmon, also there in the backcourt from Asheville, Ohio, the junior guard. Haley Rynell, the senior guard from Westfield, Indiana. Megan Sefcek, the redshirt freshman forward from Austintown, Ohio. And rounding out your 5 for the Zips, Caitlin Very, the junior forward from Richfield, Ohio. For your Miami Redhawks, starting for head coach Megan Duffy in her second season is going to be Lauren Dickerson. Leah Purvis also in the backcourt. Bailey Reed, the senior. Kendall McCoy. And rounding out your 5 for the Redhawks is going to be Kristen Levering. So player introductions wrapping up here at Millette Hall. Should be an exciting one here as the final has taken place down there in Auburn, Alabama, as Auburn knocks off Tennessee 84-80. Should be an exciting rest of the day in college basketball as well, with Duke, North Carolina, Michigan State, both top 10 matchups. And the Miami Redhawks men's hockey team also in action, closing out their regular season with Western Michigan visiting Goggin Ice Arena this evening. So both these teams going to break the huddle and head to the center court, and we're going to get a tip-off here as much anticipated regular season finale for the Miami Redhawks is going to get underway. Should be an emotional game for all these seniors in the red and white. Miami rocking the white jerseys, red numbers, and gray trim. Akron with the blue jerseys, gold numbers, and white trim. Tipping it off for Akron is going to be Caitlin Very, the 6'1" junior forward from Richfield, Ohio, from Revere High School. She has a little bit of a challenge with being shorter than the 6'2" or 6 foot senior forward Kendall McCoy. So we're going to get it tipped off here at the Miami M. As swoops out in front of us, no Burger King coupons for us just yet. We're going to get it tipped off here. Kendall McCoy.
We'll get them, Kenny.
Kendall McCoy tips it off and gets it off to Lauren Dickerson, who's going to bring it across the floor and put the offense in the action. Going to have to stand up here with President Crawford right in front of us. Kendall McCoy launches a three from the left wing. It's going to be no good. A rebound secured by Shayna Harmon, and bringing it across the floor is the junior guard, Harmon.
It's a quick shot from Miami in that first possession. Let's see if they can try to move the ball a little bit more on the next ones.
Harmon gets to the top of the key to self-check. Working on Leah Purvis. Gets a high ball screen. Now she slips it out to Caitlin Very, who drives on Kristen Levering, and she goes up with it. And that one's off the mark. A rebound out to Lauren Dickerson. She's bringing it across the court. Top of the key. Gets a high ball screen from Levering. Trying to get it to her. Gets it in the right wing to Bailey Reed, who dumps it down low to Levering. Misses the layup. Back the other way comes the Zips. Shawnee Emmons launches a three from the left wing. Off the front of the iron, no good. A rebound, Kristen Levering. Here comes Dickerson down the floor once again. Crossed half court. Surges ahead, then pulls up. Thinks about the three. Gets it to the right elbow to Kendall McCoy. Swings it out to Leah Purvis. The left wing, she gets into the lane. She's going to pick up the foul. It's going to be the first whistle on the floor for the first time this afternoon. And it's going to be on the floor. First team foul against Akron. That one's going to go against. Let's see if we get the call here. Haven't announced it yet. Miami gets it in. Kendall McCoy in the left short corner gets it in the Bailey Reed. He goes up with it. Off the square and in. So Miami gets on the board first. 2-0 lead there here at Millett Hall with 8:30 to go in the first quarter. Akron trying to answer the quick Miami bucket off the inbound pass. Swinging it around, Harmon gets to the top of the key to Sefcek, who drives right, and she stepped out of bounds, losing it right under the goal. It's going to go back to Miami. Still haven't got the foul call there, so some miscommunications there between the scorers table and the referees. Kendall McCoy, top of the key, trying to dump it down low to Bailey Reed. It's denied. Now to the right wing to Leah Purvis. Now back to Dickerson. Dickerson swings it back to Purvis. He drives in the lane, throws up a runner, and she gets to go. Leah Purvis, the senior, converting on the quick jumper in the lane. About a 13-footer, 4-0 Redhawks.
Great job by Miami. Last couple of possessions have been really driving the ball and getting it down low.
Akron working it around, trying to get something going here, trying to answer Miami's 4-0 run. Going down low, Very, she kicks it out. Driving, Harmon, she gets it up and in. She's going to go to line as she converts on the and one. Going to the line for one shot is going to be Shanna Harmon.
Leah Purvis tried to step in there for a charge using the circle there. It was a great effort, though. She had a great post defense earlier in the possession, trying to slide over, but just a little bit too late.
79% free throw shooter. Rattles in and out, but it's a rebound by Akron. Going up with it is right now, and she's unable to convert that. And Redhawks coming down the other way. Lauren Dickerson at the helm of the Miami offense. Gets it to Bailey Reed in the right wing. Gets it to Leah Purvis in the right wing, or right corner, rather. Works her way to the top of the key. Now it is Kristen Levering. Gives it off to Bailey Reed. Trying to go down the Levering. Levering goes up with the jump hook. No good. A rebound is going to go out of bounds off of the Redhawks. Coming the other way with the basketball is going to be Akron.
That was a great high-low pass there by was it Bailey Reed?
Yeah, Bailey Reed dumped it down
Yeah.
to Levering there.
That was a great pass. Just got to finish that one right there. Tough.
Shawnee Emmons gets it across the half court and hands it off to Harmon. Long three up and away and rattles it home as Haley Renau gets on the board for the first time tonight and gets Akron with their first lead, 5-4. Akron didn't lead it at all the first meeting between these two up in Northern Ohio, so at least they have that so far. Dickerson driving left, gets in the lane, layup up and in as she scoops and scores. Pretty move there from Lauren Dickerson, the junior guard from Indianapolis. Having some technical difficulties with the stats here at Millett Hall so far, so hopefully they get that up and running. Akron with the shot clock under 10, trying to get something to go. Jump shot up and away by Selfcheck in the right short corner. She gets that one to go, rattles it home. Akron back on top, 7-6. Up and down we go. Stolen by Selfcheck. She's all alone. Layup up and in off the glass as Selfcheck gets back-to-back buckets and extends the Akron lead to 3, 9-6 now, just under the 6-minute mark here in the first quarter rather. Dickerson gets it to Leah Purvis in the left wing. Trying to get a high ball screen from Levering. She does. High post to Bailey Reed. Drives left. Scoop and scores. She rattles that one home off the backboard. The Redhawks pull within one. Sevchek driving again.
It was a great screen set by Kellen Bokor there to get Bailey Reed free for that drive right there.
Sevchek driving baseline. Kicks it out to Edmonds, and Sevchek's going to launch a three in the corner right in front of the Miami bench, and she gets that one to go. Sevchek with seven straight points. Seven straight points there with the three and the 2 buckets before that. She is the catalyst so far for Akron with a 12-8 lead with 4:45 to go. Kristen Levering, top of the key, gets it off to Lauren Dickerson. Dickerson gets in the left wing for a three from Kendall McCoy. That one looked like it was tipped a little bit, and it's taken by Akron, but stepping out of bounds on the rebound, Shayna Harmon, and it's going to be Red Hawk basketball when we come back after this quick timeout. 4:35 to go. Miami down 12-8 in Akron Zips. This is the Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio. We'll be right back.
Safe snowmobiling requires good vision, balance, coordination, and reaction time. Using alcohol and prescription or illegal drugs affects these abilities and impairs snowmobile operation. Alcohol also lowers your body temperature, so it's a dangerous combination in winter weather. No amount of alcohol or drug consumption is ever safe when operating a snowmobile. So it's simple. Don't ride impaired. Brought to you by the American Council of Snowmobile Associations and the Federal Highway Administration. Visit snowmobileinfo.org.
Did you know that generic drugs are just as safe and effective as brand name drugs? Generics might look different, but they work the same way. And they can even save you money. Don't believe me? Ask your doctor or pharmacist. Or visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
A ranger station.
I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
I put out my campfire and Smokey Bear hugged me.
So you drowned the fire, you stirred it, drowned it again, and felt that it was cold?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's just letting you know you did good.
Bear hug from Smokey Bear. Status update.
I'm gonna let you go now. There are many ways to start a fire, but one sure way to put it out. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service Ad Council and your state forester.
All right, crew, let's get her dug.
Honey, you want to give me a hand? I'm planting that tree, remember?
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 business days before any digging project, so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. This includes natural gas and petroleum pipelines, electric, communication cables, and water and sewer lines. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
Teddy Schierlinger, Leighton Kentwell back here at Millett Hall. Early lead for Akron, 12-8. Like I just mentioned earlier in the year, the first meeting between these two, there was no lead changes. Miami led it all the way. 3 lead changes already. It's back and forth we go. The story so far has to be Megan Sefcik, who has 7 straight points on a 7-0 run herself. She's the leading point getter for Akron. Leading the way for Miami's Bailey Reed, the senior. She's 2 for 2 from the field. Miami's going to have to get some other people going. Leah Purvis with a couple good drives, as well as Lauren Dickerson. Dickerson triggers it in. Savannah Kleesner in the paint. Shot up and no good. A rebound out to Savannah Kleesner, and second chance opportunity for Kleesner as she gets that one to go. Miami in the last meeting had 14 second chance points, so they convert that one for their 10th point in the paint. So Miami connecting on their high percentage shots so far. Kenji Smits has also checked in for the Redhawks along with Savannah Kleesner. Long 3 from Sefcik. Might have been a heat check there from Sefcik. It's going to be no good. Here comes the Redhawks down the other way trying to tie it up. 12-10 lead, 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Kenji Smits swings it out to Bailey Reed in the right wing. Out to Kleesner, top of the key. She drives in under the free throw line. Now to a long 2, up and away by Lauren Dickerson as she knocks that one in. All knotted up here at 12 now with 3.5 to go here in the first quarter. Brown Mitchell swings it around down low, and we're going to get a charge going against Akron. Taking the contact there looks to be Kendall McCoy. So the Redhawks back with the basketball, trying to regain the lead. All knotted up here with 3:28 to go.
That occurred in the circle, but it looked like she got an elbow to the face there, which is why it was called offensive foul instead of going to the line for a couple free throws.
Caitlin Verey's going to pick up that personal. Second team foul on Akron. It's stolen away by Akron. Coming the other way is Brown Mitchell up the left sideline. Out to Sefcik. Swings it around to Clay. Long jumper away and good there for Haley right now, and she extends the lead back for Akron to 3, 15-12 now under the 3-minute mark. Lauren Dickerson along 3, no good. A rebound, Kristen Levering. She gets it out to Kenzie Smits. Dickerson drives right, dumps it off to Kristen Levering in the paint. Jumper short, rebound out to Kenzie Smits and back to Kristen Levering. She's going to drive it, and they're going to say that went off her knee, out of bounds. So Akron's going to take over possession of the basketball.
Miami's 10 out of Miami's 12 points right now are all in the paint. I think they should just keep trying to hammer it down low and attack inside.
Right now, gives it off to Sefcik, working on Leah Purvis. Alyssa Clay, now back to Sefcik. In between the circles, Brown Mitchell. Working around the circumference of the arc is Akron. Very dumps it to a cutting Sefcik, who misses the layup just short there. Good cut there from Sefcik.
Yeah, great backdoor cut right there by Sefcik, Kenny.
Leah Purvis gets to the top of the key to Kleesner, who dumps it down low to Levering, who misses the jump hook just short off the front of the rim. Here comes the Zips down the other way. Long 3 up and away, no good. Rebound Miami. Haley right now tries the long 3. Drive here by Lauren Dickerson, loses it for a second. It's stolen away by Sefcik, and she hands it off to Gabrielle Brown Mitchell, the freshman guard from Salone, Ohio.
Looks like the Zips are trying to attack Miami from the outside right now. They're shooting, half their shots are 3-pointers so far. Let's see if they continue this barrage of threes for the rest of the game.
Haley right now called for the travel. She was driving baseline right in front of the Miami bench. Checking in for Akron is going to be Neitzel for Brown and Mitchell. Colleen Neitzel in for the Zips. Driving baseline is Savannah Kleesner, and she gets it off the window and good.
Great drive right there. Great body control and finished with that right hand on the left side.
Alyssa Clay gets it to self-check. Left wing. Neitzel now at the top of the key, working on Kleesner. Gets inside the arc. Gives it up to right now, who has to kick it out. Long three up and away, and knocked down there from Shawnee Emmons. 18-14 lead under the minute mark here in the first quarter. Akron coming out firing, 7 for 13 from the field, 4 for 7 from beyond the arc, 57%. Lauren Dickerson trying to get it down low to Savannah Kleesner rather, and it's knocked away out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Redhawks with 15 seconds on the shot clock, 33.9 to go in the game clock. Kennedy Azubike checking in for the Zips. Coming in for Haley right now, who's going to take a sit on the bench. Right now with 6 points. She's 2 for 3 from beyond the arc, getting a quick breather. Kendall Miller also checking in for the Zips, coming in for Alyssa Clay. Kendall Miller, the freshman guard from Akron, St. Vincent St. Mary's High School. Lauren Dickerson driving baseline, pulls it out into the paint for Kendall McCoy. Gets the knockdown jumper to go right at the free throw line. 18-16, 20 seconds to go. Akron has the advantage, able to hold for the last shot of the first quarter. Melissa Jackson barking out orders to her offense in her first season at the helm in Akron. Ball is knocked away, out of bounds off of Miami. 8.4 to go as Akron's going to have the basketball on the right sideline. Shayna Harmon coming in to inbound it for the Zips. She gets it in, out to Harmon, driving baseline, kicks it out. Long jumper away from Azubike, no good as she didn't catch the rim there. Rebound is going to go out of bounds, tipped away out of bounds by the Redhawks. It's going to stay with Akron on the baseline with 2.2 seconds to go, so they're going to have to get a quick shot off. Triggering in, Sefcek in the lane, fadeaway jumper's no good, and then the final buzzer goes off here at Millett Hall. At the end of one, it's Akron 18, Miami 16. This is Miami Basketball on Red Hawk Radio.
It only takes a minute to find out if you may have prediabetes, and you can do it at doihaveprediabetes.org. But you're probably not going to. Nope. I'm sure you've got a perfectly good excuse. Kids, work. I get it. You're busy. So what better time than now? Let's begin. Raise one finger if you're a man. Ladies, none yet. Oh, count in your head if you're driving. Now, 3 more fingers for everyone over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40, 1 more if you're not physically active, another finger if anyone in your family has type 2 diabetes, another if you've got high blood pressure. If you're overweight, raise another finger, 2 if you're very overweight, and 3 if you're really overweight. You've just taken the world's first audio prediabetes test. And if you're holding up 5 or more fingers, visit doihaveprediabetes.org or talk to your doctor. There's no excuse because prediabetes can be reversed.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
Building relationships during recovery from mental and substance use disorders can put the strength of family and community behind you. We're all connected, offering encouragement, support, and hope. Join the Voices for Recovery. Strengthen families and communities.
A ranger station.
I'd like to report a bear hug.
About to get the second quarter underway here at Millett Hall. Akron leads at 18-16. Red hot from beyond the arc is the Zips, shooting at 57%. So Miami in a little bit of a predicament here, trying to slow down Akron's high-powered offense. So Leighton, how are they going to end up doing that here?
Well, Kenny, they're doing a great job of containing the ball, and stopping drives, but they're helping a little bit too much so far and allowing the kick out for Akron, which is allowing those open threes. Akron's are averaging a little less than 8 threes per game, and they've had 4 already. So I don't expect Akron to keep this barrage of threes up. So I think Miami should just keep their defense the way it is. Maybe help a little bit less because they're containing. The containment is very well so far. But on offense, I think they need to attack the rim a little bit more. They settle for a little too many outside shots. But I think if they attack the glass, they'll get some offensive rebounds off of that, and we'll have some easy putbacks. And I think that will be the key to Miami going forward.
So we're getting back to action here as Shayna Harmon gets it in to Shawnee Edmonds. Edmonds gets it off to Azubike, who drives left, and she's going to travel, working on Kenna McCoy. Good defense there. Kenna McCoy picking her up as she was driving to the left block.
Yeah, she just slid that foot a little bit, Kenny, trying to do a little too much with that ball.
Almost stolen away there on the entry pass to Savannah Kleesner. She picks it up, though. Dickerson in the right wing for 3 by Kenji Smits. That one rattles out. The rebound out to Akron up the left sideline, and that is Edmonds. She gets double teamed and hands it off to Harmon. Back to Edmonds. She works her way to the right wing, hands it off to Sevchek. Azubike now on the left wing to Harmon. Trying to get it down low is Akron. It's going to be stolen away, but picked up by Akron. Sevchek drives in and unable to catch the rim there. It's rebounded by Kendall McCoy, and here comes Leah Purvis down the left sideline. Purvis kicks it out to Kendall McCoy. Now they get it into the middle of the paint to Savannah Kleesner, who goes up with the wild shot. No good. A rebound to Savannah Kleesner, and she kicks it out to Leah Purvis. Lauren Dickerson's going to take it in between the circles and settle down the offense. They're going to set something up. Kendall McCoy, high post. Now she gets to the right wing to Schmitz. High post once again at the top of the key to Savannah Kleesner. She slip screens it down to Kleesner as Lauren Dickerson found Kleesner there for the wide open layup on the left side of the paint and ties it all up here at 18. 8.5 to go here in the second quarter.
That was a great slip. Great offense there. Taking their time and really getting a good shot there.
Long 2 up and away. No good there as Caitlin Berry fired that one right inside the arc. Dickerson pushing it a little bit, gets to the baseline. Now she pulls it back out, trying to get it down low to Kleesner in the left block. She does. Kleesner going to work, goes up with the right hook, no good, a little bit short. Rebound to Zubike, coming up the right sideline, pushing a little bit is Edmonds. She pulls up for a jumper at the free throw line, no good, rattles out and squirts out to Lauren Dickerson, brings it up the floor. Dickerson, long 3, no good. A rebound secured by Akron, and Edmonds going to bring it up the floor.
That was a quick, unneeded shot right there by Dickerson. She can get that shot anytime she wants. I think she just really needs to move the ball. They've been doing a really good job of getting that ball inside to good early post position.
Miami 0 for 5 from three-point land tonight, or this evening. Long 3 up and away, no good by Edmonds. Rebound secured by Savannah Kleesner. Across the timeline comes Dickerson. Dickerson, high ball screen from Kleesner, trying to get that slip out to Kleesner. She misses her. And a jumper away from Kendall McCoy. That one's long off the back iron. A rebound out to Lauren Dickerson. She gets it down to Savannah Kleesner, goes up with it, and she's going to get fouled. She'll have 2 shots coming up from the charity stripe.
That was a great quick pass right there off the offensive rebound to get right backside to Kleesner and going up for that layup and getting fouled on it.
Handful of Redhawks and Zips at the scores table about to check in after this first free throw. Kleesner, 70% free throw shooter on the year. First one catches the front of the rim and bounces out. Coming in for Akron is going to be Neitzel and Reinell. Bailey Reed coming in for Lauren Dickerson. Kristen Levering coming in for Savannah Kleesner as she knocks in her second free throw. So Kleesner's going to get a much needed rest on the bench as the senior from Powell, Ohio, Kristen Levering checks in once again for the Redhawks. Across the floor, Edmonds goes. Works on Kenji Smits. Trying to get it down low. They do to Rynell, who kicks it back out to Neitzel on the right wing. Swing pass out to a quick trigger three by Sefcek. It rims out, and here comes the Redhawks down the other way. Leah Purvis gets it in the left corner to McCoy. Top of the key, Bailey Reed dumps it down low to Levering. Jump hook up and away, and good there. Pretty book and move there from Kristen Levering. She gets that one to go.
That was a good move, Kenny, but also a better pass there inside. Just keep hammer it down low in there.
Going to get an offensive foul going against Akron. So coming the other way, Miami's going to have the basketball up 21-18 now with 6:18 to go here in the second quarter.
After those 7 quick points for Sefcek, she's been held scoreless since then, so Miami's doing a great job on hers.
We're going to get an offensive foul coming the other way now going against Miami. It's going to go against Bailey Reed. That's going to be her first personal, Miami's first team foul. Quarter. Across the timeline, Edmonds goes. She gets to the self-check. Now out to Shayna Hardman. On the left wing to Rynell. Back to Harmon. Sefcek driving in the lane. Tries to slip it out to Neitzel, who is cutting down there, and it's stolen away by the Redhawks. Here comes Kendall McCoy down the floor. And she gets it out to Leah Purvis, who's going to calm down the Redhawk offense. In between the circles is Purvis setting up a Miami play. She gets it in the right wing to Bailey Reed. Reed gets it high post. Kendall McCoy swings out to Leah Purvis in the left wing. She's going to drive baseline, pull it out to Kenji Smits, who cuts it to the right corner. 2 up and away by Kristen Levering. She knocks that one home from the right elbow. 23-18, 5-point lead for the Redhawks here as we are quickly approaching the 5-minute mark in the second quarter.
Akron did a great job of defending that set play from Miami, but Miami just kept moving the ball and got an open shot there.
Neitzel long three is going to be no good. A long rebound out to Shayna Harmon. And they're going to get a second chance opportunity here. Edmonds long three from the left elbow, no good. Left wing, rather. Rebound secured by Bailey Reed. She hands it off to Leah Purvis, who's going to take over point guard duties for the Redhawks. Purvis gets it to Kenji Smits, who drives, kicks it into the left short corner for a jumper from Bailey Reed. No good. A rebound out to Kenji Smits. Now Leah Purvis long three. Off back of the iron, no good. Rebound out to Akron. They have a little bit of advantage here. Jump shot up and away, no good there by Harmon. Rebound out to Rynell, and she is unable to get that jumper to go from the MAC logo. And all of a sudden, Akron has went cold here, scoreless in the last 6 minutes. Kristen Levering trying to get it off to Leah Purvis in the left wing. It's going to be tipped out of bounds, and they're going to say that one off of Leah Purvis. So it's going to go back to Akron after this media timeout. 23-18 lead for Miami with 3:59 to go here at Millett Hall. Listen to Miami Basketball on Red Hawk Radio.
All right, crew, let's get her dug.
Honey, want to give me a hand? I'm planting that tree, remember?
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 business days before any digging project, so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. This includes natural gas and petroleum pipelines, electric, communication cables, and water and sewer lines. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
It only takes a minute to find out if you may have prediabetes, and you can do it at doihaveprediabetes.org. But you're probably not going to. Nope. I'm sure you've got a perfectly good excuse. Kids, work. I get it. You're busy. So what better time than now? Let's begin. Raise one finger if you're a man. Ladies, none yet. Oh, count in your head if you're driving. Now, 3 more fingers for everyone over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40, 1 more if you're not physically active, another finger if anyone in your family has type 2 diabetes, another if you've got high blood pressure. If you're overweight, raise another finger, 2 if you're very overweight, and 3 if you're really overweight. You've just taken the world's first audio pre-diabetes test. And if you're holding up 5 or more fingers, visit doihaveprediabetes.org or talk to your doctor. There's no excuse because prediabetes can be reversed.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
Building relationships during recovery from mental and substance use disorders can put the strength of family and community behind you. We're all connected, offering encouragement, support, and hope. Join the Voices for Recovery. Strengthen families and communities.
Schierlinger, Leighton, Kentwell, Patrick Geshan back in the studio. 23-18 lead for Miami over Akron so far here with 3:59 to go in this first half. Back to action we go as Gabrielle Brown-Mitchell is going to bring it across the floor for Akron. Top of the key to Very. Trying to get it over to right now in the left wing. It's knocked away out of bounds off of Miami. 20 seconds on the shot clock, 3:48 to go now.
Great awareness by Schmitz to see that ball and tip it away. Disrupt the play that Akron was trying to get set.
Brown-Mitchell firing it in to Rynell. She's going to take the ball back in between the rings, working on Lauren Dickerson. Right wing to Harmon. She's driving baseline, gets picked up there, has to stop. Kick out to Rynell for a quick 3, and she knocks that one home. Haley Rynell, the senior guard from Westfield, Indiana, playing her last regular season game for Akron.
Okay, it looks like Akron's trying to live and die by a 3 right now. Basically half their shots from 3.
Dickerson driving into the paint, going up with it. Yeah, and she gets that one to go. Looked like it was going to rim out for a second, but she snuck that one in the front of the rim. She got into the paint. Nice drive there from Lauren Dickerson. 25-21 lead for Miami. Under 3-minute mark here in the first half. Akron working around. Brown-Mitchell working on Dickerson. Alyssa Clay trying to get past Kenji Smith. She drives in. Layup is short. Rebound by Kenji Smith. Good defense there by the sophomore.
Akron finally got something near the basket in the half-court offense, but just couldn't finish right there. Good defense by Schmitz to contest that.
Kleesner high post. She drives in, and she's going to get fouled. This is going to be on the floor. It's going to go against Haley right now. It's going to be her first personal, team's third. Kenji Smith's going to take a quick breather on the bench after she played some tight defense there against Alyssa Clay. Coming in for her is Leah Purvis. Dickerson trying to get it in on the baseline. Running out of time. She finally gets it in to Bailey Reed. Now to Dickerson in the right corner. They get it down low to Savannah Kleesner, who gets the shot up the glass and in.
That was a great design play right there to get a quick post up off the inbounds play, and great finish by Kleesner there.
Right now working on Kristen Levering. Long 2, up and away, no good there off the back of the iron by Alyssa Clay. Here comes Dickerson trying to extend the Miami lead. It's at 6. Dickerson, long 3, right wing. Count it. Lauren Dickerson buries that one from the right wing, right in front of the Akron bench, and extends the Miami lead to 9. This is the largest lead the Redhawks have had this afternoon, 30-21. Goes to Miami on Red Hawk Radio.
All right, crew, let's get her dug.
Honey, want to give me a hand? I'm planting that tree, remember?
No matter how large or small.
After the quick break, Miami on a little bit of a run here. 7-0 run, last minute 30 or so. 16-3 run in the last 8:55.
Yeah, some key stats here I'm looking at, Kenny. Points in the paint here, 20-4 Miami advantage. Shows you how much Miami's really trying to get inside and how Akron is just not able to do so this game.
Rynell driving left, and she's going to go up with it as she gets fouled, and she's going to head to the line for 2 shots.
Levering trying to take the charge right there, but it's a little bit late sliding over. Had to call the block on that one.
First one up and away, and that one's good. The 75% free throw shooter. She had 12 points against Miami last time these two met. One more coming from the senior guard. She knocks in both of them. 2-for-2 trip. 30-23 lead now for Miami with 1:40 to go in the first half. Bailey Reed, right wing, trying to get rid of it. She gets it down low to Savannah Kleesner in the right block, and she lays it up and in. Savannah Kleesner pounded it down low as Miami all of a sudden has really dominated the paint on offense.
Kleesner and Levering in the game at the same time is really interesting, Kenny. Cross screen right there, allowing Kleesner to get open on the block there.
Miami has their offense firing at all cylinders. Drive and no good there by Megan Sefchak, who has went cold in the last 8 minutes. She came out firing the start of this game. Went on a 7-0 run by herself. And since then, Akron and her have been unable to get their offense going. Quick jumper up and away by Kristen Levering. That one's short, but the rebound is secured by Bailey Reed. Miami's going to get a second chance opportunity. Miami with 5 points already from second chance rebounds, off of second chance rebounds. Bailey Reed gets it inside the arc, dumps it down low to Kristen Levering, whose jump hook toilet bowls out, and it's going to go out of bounds off of Akron. So Miami's going to stay with the basketball as the refs are going to congregate here and actually change the call. So the ball's going to go back to Akron. The crowd here at Millett Hall.
Yeah, they're not happy, but I think that was the right call. Levering did tip it out from my point of view. So I think they made the correct call on that one after consolation.
Lots of families in the crowd tonight, or this afternoon, for senior night. They're going to have to keep them at bay because we don't want it to get out of hand here at the Ruckus Millett Hall.
Yeah, I can get crazy in here, Kenny.
Shayna Edmonds. Gets it to Miller, and now Rynell is going to get caught at the left elbow, and she's going to not know what time was on the shot clock, and we're going to get a shot clock violation going against the Zips. Miami back with the basketball.
That's great defense there, Kenny. Just like fantastic ball containment, keeping her in front, and going into halftime with this 9-point lead.
So that's the final buzzer in the first half here at Millett Hall as Miami jumps out to a 32-23 11-point lead. That's their largest lead of the afternoon, and they'll take that into the locker room. And Leighton, what changed there for the Red Hawks on offense and defensively as they were struggling a little bit early and has kind of jumped out to a fairly comfortable lead here?
Well, I think it's just they're just really pounding it inside and allowing just offense to come to them instead of forcing shots like they did in the first couple minutes there in that first quarter. But on defense, they're sticking with what they're doing. They're containing the ball, allowing Akron kind of to take those outside shots. Even though they hit 5 of them, they missed 7. And the way that Miami's moving the ball on offense and scoring points, I think you'll take that any day. Especially the way we're rebounding. We're up 12 on the paint, and even if Akron gets off the rebound, which they got 4 of, they have not gotten any second chance points. And I think the combination of Levering and Kleesner down low is really killing Akron on the boards. They can't get anything over those two.
So we're going to go to the studio with Patrick Geshan as he's going to give us some score updates and a busy day in college basketball on the men's and women's side. Patrick?
All right, Kenny, thank you very much. And you're right. What a busy day it is in the final weekend of the regular season of college basketball, both men's and women's. Coming up next in the halftime report here on Red Hawk Radio, we'll take a look at the first half summary, highlights, stats, analysis, and more. Plus, like Kenny mentioned, a look at the out-of-town scoreboard in both MAC women's and top 25 men's basketball action, and discuss some MAC tournament action that'll be coming up next week on Red Hawk Radio as well, with both the men's and women's teams from Miami in action next week in the tournament, and that's the fun part of the year. Red Hawks lead Akron 32-23. Back with the halftime report in a moment. This is Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio.
Safe snowmobiling requires good vision, balance, coordination, and reaction time. Using alcohol and prescription or illegal drugs affects these abilities and impairs snowmobile operation. Alcohol also lowers your body temperature, so it's a dangerous combination in winter weather. No amount of alcohol or drug consumption is ever safe when operating a snowmobile. So it's simple. Don't ride impaired. Brought to you by the American Council of Snowmobile Associations and the Federal Highway Administration. Visit snowmobileinfo.org.
Did you know that generic drugs are just as safe and effective as brand name drugs? Generics might look different, but they work the same way. And they can even save you money. Don't believe me? Ask your doctor or pharmacist. Or visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
A ranger station.
I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
I put out my campfire and Smokey Bear hugged me.
So you drowned the fire, you stirred it, drowned it again, and felt that it was cold?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's just letting you know you did good.
Bear hug from Smokey Bear. Status update.
I'm gonna let you go now. There are many ways to start a fire, but one sure way to put it out. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
All right, crew, let's get her dug.
Honey, want to give me a hand? I'm planting that tree, remember?
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 business days before any digging project, so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. This includes natural gas and petroleum pipelines, electric, communication cables, and water and sewer lines. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
Time to get you back in here in the studio for the halftime report. It was an 18-16 lead for Akron after the first quarter. Miami led the rebounds of the opening frame, 11-6, and the points of the paint, 14-4. Lauren Dickerson and Bailey Reed were the point leaders for Miami. They had 4 after 10 minutes. Akron's point leader, Megan Cephalik, she had 7. And at the beginning of the second quarter, things kind of turned. Miami went on a 9-0 run at the beginning of the second, and Akron had 7 minutes without a point in the second quarter. That was all ended after Bailey Riddell made a 3-pointer for Akron, and then Miami kind of got the momentum back. A 7-0 run started off by Lauren Dickerson 3 with 2 minutes to go. That was the first 3-point field goal by Miami today. They're 1 for 7 after 20 minutes rather. Both teams had at least 90-second scoreless streaks to end off the first half, and the Redhawks ended that first on 9-2 run. On Senior Day today, so 4 seniors being honored for Miami: Kristen Levering, Bailey Reed, Leah Purvis, and Kendall McCoy, all who are recognized at a pregame ceremony here at Millett Hall this afternoon before the game, and the Redhawks lead this one by a score of 32-23. A lot of action going on in Miami athletics this weekend. The Miami basketball team losing last night at Ohio by a score of 66-57. The men's team did. So they're going to play Monday in a matchup at Akron, and they will play that Monday night at 8 o'clock in the first round of the MAC tournament. If they advance to that game, they're going to play Buffalo on Thursday afternoon in Cleveland at Quicken Loans Arena. That game will be scheduled for 12 noon Eastern Time. We might have that one on Red Hawk Radio, but you'll have to pay attention to our social media pages for that, as that will all be determined on many different factors. So that is kind of how things stand in the MAC tournament. Of course, the Miami women's basketball team has already punched their ticket to Cleveland, and their first game is going to be on Wednesday. So our score at halftime, Miami 32, Akron 23. Coming up next, we'll be back with the first half stats in this game here on the hardwood this afternoon, and then your out-of-town scoreboard, which is very busy on this Saturday afternoon of college basketball. That's coming up next on the Halftime Report. Patrick Geshan in the studio, and this is Miami Basketball on Red Hawk Radio.
It only takes a minute to find out if you may have prediabetes, and you can do it at doihaveprediabetes.org. But you're probably not going to. Nope. I'm sure you've got a perfectly good excuse. Kids, work. I get it. You're busy. So what better time than now? Let's begin. Raise one finger if you're a man. Ladies, none yet. Oh, count in your head if you're driving. Now, 3 more fingers for everyone over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40. 1 more if you're not physically active. Another finger if anyone in your family has type 2 diabetes. Another if you've got high blood pressure. If you're overweight, raise another finger. 2 if you're very overweight. And 3 if you're really overweight. You've just taken the world's first audio prediabetes test. And if you're holding up 5 or more fingers, visit doihaveprediabetes.org or talk to your doctor. There's no excuse because prediabetes can be reversed.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
Building relationships during recovery from mental and substance use disorders can put the strength of family and community behind you. We're all connected, offering encouragement, support, and hope. Join the Voices for Recovery. Strengthen families and communities.
Patrick Geshan back in the studio for the halftime report. Miami leads Akron 32-23 in women's basketball action at Millett Hall at the half right now. Let's take a look at your first half stats. And a lot of things to talk about here in this first half. The field goal department, Akron was 8 for 28, Miami 15 for 32 overall. And 3-point field goals, Akron 5 for 12, Miami only 1 for 7. It was Lauren Dickerson who made the only one for the Redhawks. Not many free throws in this game for either team. Akron 2 for 3 after 20 minutes, and Miami at 1 for 2. Redhawks, though, did lead the rebound department by a 25-13 tally. They were rebounding pretty well, especially towards the end of that first half. Not too many fouls to talk about. And points in the paint, Redhawks lead that category 20-4 right now. And fast breaks, Akron 2, Miami nothing. Again, the fast break points, neither team had any fast break points in the last meeting between these two teams. And the Redhawks right now leading the bench points 11-0. Akron with no points from their bench so far this afternoon. The biggest scoring run was by Miami. They had a 9-0 run late in the second quarter. There have been 4 changes in the lead in this game, 2 times that these teams have been tied. And the Redhawks have held the lead for 9 minutes and 18 seconds of this game for Akron's 7 minutes and 7 seconds. And Miami outscored the Zips 16-5 in that second quarter. So coming up next on the halftime report, we'll take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard with lots of action going on in college basketball. And this is Miami Basketball on Red Hawk Radio.
Did you know that generic drugs are just as safe and effective as brand name drugs? Generics might look different, but they work the same way. And they can even save you money. Don't believe me? Ask your doctor or pharmacist. Or visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
A ranger station.
I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
I put out my campfire and Smokey Bear hugged me.
So you drowned the fire, you stirred it, drowned it again, and felt that it was cold?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but he's just letting you know you did good.
Bear hug from Smokey Bear. Status update.
I'm gonna let you go now. There are many ways to start a fire, but one sure way to put it out. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
All right, crew, let's get her dug.
Honey, want to give me a hand? I'm planting that tree, remember?
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 business days before any digging project, so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. This includes natural gas and petroleum pipelines, electric, communication cables, and water and sewer lines. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
It only takes a minute to find out if
Patrick Geshan back in the air on the halftime report. Couple of games in MAC women's basketball action going on this afternoon to keep an eye on. OU with a 72-64 lead right now over Bowling Green with 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter in Northern Ohio. And Kent State right now leads Buffalo 33-27. They are about halfway through that game, almost to halftime, currently in Western New York. And the importance of that game is that Miami lost today to Akron, and a Buffalo win at Kent State would give Miami the number 4 seed in the MAC tournament. So if Kent State were to hold on and win, it really wouldn't matter what Miami did today. They would be the number 3 seed. They only have to watch if Buffalo is going to win. A Miami win today and a Buffalo loss at Kent State would automatically give Miami the 3 seed. So everything going well for Miami in terms of the game to watch tonight. 33-27, Kent State over Buffalo at the half. Of course, that could always change as well. Men's top 25 action going on today, and the number 6 ranked Kentucky leads Florida 25-23 in the first half. Kansas, number 13 ranked Kansas, leads Baylor by a score of 30-26. Also in the first, number 16 ranked Marquette holding a 2-point lead over Georgetown, 12-10 your score there in the first half rather. Number 8 ranked Texas Tech trails Iowa State at the half, 36-34. Number 11 ranked Purdue leads Northwest 20-16 in Chicago in the first half. Seton Hall knocking off number 23 ranked Villanova today, 79-75. And Seton Hall trying to punch their ticket to the tournament. They've already gotten 2. Their last 2 wins actually have been over top 25 teams. Auburn, of course, knocking off Tennessee 84-80. Number 5th ranked Tennessee, of course, getting upset today down in Alabama. Number 14 ranked Florida State with the win over Wake Forest, 65-57 on the road for them. And those are all the games going on in top 25 action in NCAA basketball right now on the men's side of things. Of course, many big games tonight and a couple to keep your eye on. Number 4 ranked Duke will visit number 3 ranked North Carolina, a game at 6 o'clock tonight. And then right after that at 8 o'clock, number 9th ranked Michigan State will host number 7th ranked Michigan in a battle of the mitten. And Kenny Schierlinger will surely be keeping an eye on that one. A share of the Big Ten title on the line in that game in East Lansing coming up tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. But we still have 1 half to go in our game here in Oxford. The Redhawks lead Akron 32-23 at the half. And Kenny Schierlinger and Leighton Kentwell will have the second half call when we return back to Millette. Final game of the regular season at Senior Day. And this is Miami Basketball on Red Hawk Radio. Back to Millette after the break.
Safe snowmobiling requires good vision, balance, coordination, and reaction time. Using alcohol and prescription or illegal drugs affects these abilities and impairs snowmobile operation. Alcohol also lowers your body temperature, so it's a dangerous combination in winter weather. No amount of alcohol or drug consumption is ever safe when operating a snowmobile. So it's simple. Don't ride impaired. Brought to you by the American Council of Snowmobile Associations and the Federal Highway Administration. Visit snowmobileinfo.org.
Second half almost about to get underway here at Millette Hall. Miami leads it 32-23 in the final regular season basketball game here for these Miami seniors and for the Miami Redhawks, as they've already punched their ticket to Cleveland next week and just trying to jockey for a better position in the MAC tournament coming up. Look at some of the stat lines from the first half. I think the biggest thing that sticks out to me, Leighton, is got to be the points in the paint for Miami. 20-4 advantage there for the Redhawks, as well as a 25-13 advantage in the rebound category. And when you're out rebounding a team and you're scoring points in the paint, which are high percentage shots, you have a very good chance to win.
Yeah, for sure, Kenny. And what I've been talking about at the end of that second quarter was the combination of Kleesler and Levering there in the game, definitely helping on those points in the paint and rebounding advantage that Miami has. Let's see if they keep with that combo, especially Kevin McCoy as well, subbing back in.
As Kevin McCoy gets it into Lauren Dickerson. Redhawks working from left to right across the radio dial. Leah Purvis driving baseline from the left wing. Gets it back to the left wing to Kendall McCoy. Drives into the lane. Kicks it out to the short corner for a jumper by Bailey Reed. That one's going to be rattled in and out. And here comes Akron coming down the other way as Edmonds. As she lays it up. No good. A rebound secured by Kristen Levering. And down the floor coming for the Redhawks is Lauren Dickerson. 5 for the Redhawks. Dickerson, McCoy, Levering, Purvis, and Bailey Reed. Getting it down low to the right block. Kenna McCoy goes up with the scoop, and she's unable to convert that one, but she's going to get fouled and go to the line for 2 shots. Your 5 for Akron are Edmonds, Harmon, Rynell, Sefcek, and Caitlin Very. So 2 shots coming here for Kenna McCoy. 87% free throw shooter. Knocks it off the back of the iron and no good there, so she has 1 more coming. A rare miss there for the senior forward from Sylvania, Ohio. She knocks in the second one and extends the lead to 10. 33-23 lead here for Miami with 9:10 to go in the third quarter. Harmon works her way to the right wing. She dumps it off to Edmonds, who's working on Lauren Dickerson. She hands it to Rynell, back to Edmonds in the left wing. Dickerson playing tight defense on her. She splits the double team. Edmonds does. She goes up with it and misses the layup. Wide open layup there, as it might have been affected by Kendall McCoy. She kind of got her hand in there.
Yeah, I think she's got a little bit scared there on that layup.
The layup is good there by Kristen Levering as she powers her way into the lane and gets that one to go. 12-point lead now for the Redhawks, 35-23 with 8.5 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, Edmonds is having a tough game so far. 1 for 7. Only made shot was a 3-pointer.
Tough layup. Lots of contact there as Caitlin Very goes in. She loses a shoe, and then it's turned over in the backcourt by Miami. And Akron's going to have another opportunity to cut into this lead. The lead's now to 10. Trying to get the single digits is the Akron Zips. Sefcek out to Very. Now Harmon in the right wing. Sefcek top of the key, working on Leah Purvis, who's playing tight defense. Long 3 up and away, and she rattles that home as Megan Sefcek starting the half the way she started the first half, as she had those 7 straight points. She knocks in that 3 and cuts the lead down to 7.
Yeah, Purvis was right in her face right there. Just tough shot by Sefcek.
Long 3 up and away, no good by Dickerson, and she gets the rebound, steps inside the free throw line, and knocks that one home at the MAC logo. Second chance opportunity for Miami is good. The lead back to 9.
Yeah, it was points by Sefcek.
Sefcek gets it stolen away by Lauren Dickerson. She's going across the Miami M, dumps it down low to a cutting Leah Purvis. She gets it off the window and in. Fast break points for Miami as they extend their lead back to 11.
It's their first fast break points in 6 quarters against Akron this year.
Rynell banks one home from the top of the key. Yeah. And up and down we go. Lots of scoring to start this second half. 39-31. 6:50 to go here in the third quarter.
Glad we can see Miami finally running the court
Dickerson
here.
Drives and gets fouled as she's going to go to line for 2.
But back to Sefcek, though. That was her first points since those quick 7 in the first quarter. Trying to get something going as she's the leading scorer for the Zips. Averaging just under 17 points per game.
2 shots coming for Lauren Dickerson, the 70% free throw shooter this year. She knocks that one in. Savannah Kleesner checking in for Miami for Kendall McCoy. Second free throw coming here for Dickerson. That one rims out and is secured by Akron Harmon, and she hands it off. Coming down the floor is Brown Mitchell. Mitchell has Dickerson matched up, squared up with her. Now Very at the top of the key, hands it off to Sefcek. Very drives as she gets in the lane on the slip screen, and it's blocked away by Kristen Levering, and here comes the Redhawks down the other way. Dickerson gets the high ball screen from Levering. Nothing doing there, and Dickerson's going to have to get rid of it. She gets to the top of the key to Savannah Kleesner, who tries to get it down low to a cutting Leah Purvis. It's stolen away. Here comes the Zips down the other way. A driving attempt there by Shanna Harmon, and she's going to get fouled, and she thinks that she's going to the line. We'll see what they're going to call it on the floor on the shot.
That was interesting. Sequence of events there, Kenny. I thought that was a jump ball, and since they called the foul, they called it on the floor, and I would think she was going up for the shot if they're going to call something like a foul. So, oh, yep, they're changing it here now. Yep. She's going to the line for 2.
So they're going to change it. Originally, they were going to have Akron take it out on the baseline. So going to the line for 2 shots is going to be Shanna Harmon, the 79% free throw shooter on the year. This is going to be her second trip to the line. She's 0 for 1. First one up and away and good there for Shanna Harmon, who tallies her 3rd point of the afternoon. Kennedy Azubike checking in for Haley Reinell. Five for Akron are Brown Mitchell, Haley Reinell, Harmon, Sefcek, and now Kendall Miller. As that free throw is good there by Harmon. 40-33 lead for Miami. Trying to get their lead back to double digits. Akron's cut it down to 7. Top of the key, driving Purvis. She gets in the lane, scoop and score for Leah Purvis, the senior from Los Angeles, California. Pretty nifty move there to get into the lane. Get it off the backboard and in. Azubike driving left, working on Savannah Kleesner. She goes up, lots of contact there. She's going to go to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, great drive by Purvis on the other end, and she's really doing a good job attacking the basket this game. And on her senior night, she's doing a fantastic job.
Azubike's first free throw rims out. Kendall McCoy checking in for Kristen Levering. One senior in for another. Second free throw is rattled home by Kennedy Azubike, sophomore combo guard from Columbus, Ohio. Kendall McCoy, top of the key, gets it to Leah Purvis in the right wing. Purvis picks up her dribble, gets rid of it to Kenji Smits in the right corner. She gets it off to a cutting Savannah Kleesner, who goes up with it short. Rebound out to Akron, and pushing it down the floor is Gabrielle Brown. Mitchell getting it down low for Very, who gets that one to go. Jump hook is good. 42-36 lead. 6-point lead for the Redhawks under the 5-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter.
That's Akron's first points in the paint in a while. I want to see how long it's been since they've gotten those points in the paint.
Whistle on the floor going against Akron. This is going to be on the floor, and it's going to take us to a media timeout here at Millett Hall. 42-36, Miami leads it over Akron. Listen to Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio.
Many medicines used to treat colds and flu contain acetaminophen, a pain reliever and fever reducer found in hundreds of over-the-counter and prescription medicines. But taking too much or more than one medication containing acetaminophen per day can damage your liver. So always read the label and don't take acetaminophen if you drink 3 or more alcoholic drinks every day. To learn more, visit fda.gov/OTC pain info. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Food and Drug Administration.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
alongside Leighton Kentwell. 4:47 to go. Miami still with a slight lead, 42-36. They've led it most of the way here. We've had 4 lead changes. Miami has led it 14 minutes and 31 seconds. Their largest lead has been 12 at the 8:39 mark in the third quarter.
Yeah, Akron's done a better job of trying to attack the rim this half, getting into a free throw line a couple of times here, not settling for threes, even though they have hit a couple in this second half.
Back to action we go as Lauren Dickerson had a miscommunication with Bailey Reed. She was cutting inside when Dickerson thought she was going to be on the outside in the right wing. So it's going to be a turnover for the Redhawks. It's going to be their 9th turnover of the night. Afternoon rather. Driving Miller, kicks it out to Mitchell Brown, who goes up with a 3, and she's going to get fouled. So 3 shots coming for Gabrielle Mitchell Brown, 5'7" freshman guard from Salone. Her godfather is Josh Cribbs, the former return man for the Cleveland Browns. First free throw up and away and good there. Second one coming. That one is good as well. One more coming for Brown Mitchell. Leah Purvis checking in for Lauren Dickerson. So 3 for 3 trip there for Brown Mitchell. A little bit of a full court press coming from Akron here. Miami breaks it. Kenji Smits gets it out to Leah Purvis at the top of the key. Bailey Reed, left wing. Back to Kenji Smits. She's driving inside the arc. Gets it to Savannah Kleesner, swings it, driving baseline. Bailey Reed goes up with it, gets the scoop and score to go. Bailey Reed created some space for herself to get in there and extends the lead back to 5 for Miami. 44-39, 3:45 to go in the third quarter. Driving Sefchak as she's going to get fouled on the pass. Leah Purvis is going to pick up that foul.
Yeah,
second personal.
Yeah, Akron is 6 for 7 right now in this third quarter from the line after going 2 for 3 in that first half. So definitely getting the line more for Akron. But just sparking this comeback right now.
Sefchak fires it out to the top of the key. It's stolen away by Kenji Smith. She's got a 1-on-1 with Brown Mitchell. She loses it for a second, kicks it out to Kendall McCoy for a 3. That one's going to be off the mark to the left of the basket. We're going to get a tie up on the floor. Possession arrow in favor of Akron. So the ball's going to go down the other way.
The 3 ball's definitely not hitting for McCoy this game. She's 0 for 3 right now. And frankly, just for the Redhawks in general, going 1 for 9. Only one was by Lauren Dickerson off a ball screen in that second quarter. But they are doing a great job of getting inside. So I think they just should stick to that to get the majority of their points, as they only hit 2 threes against Akron the first meeting.
Akron, on the other hand, shooting at 50%. It's stolen away by Kendall McCoy. She's got a layup up and in as she lays it up the glass and gets the fast break opportunity to go that time. Kenji Smits back-to-back steals for the Redhawks. That time works out for the Redhawks. 46-39, 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Driving Kendall Miller, kicks it out to Brown Mitchell for a 3. That one's going to be no good. A rebound out to Bailey Reed, and she's going to get fouled as she was trying to push it up the floor. That foul's going to go against Gabrielle. It's going to go against Gabrielle Mitchell, I believe. Oh, it's going to go against Kendall Miller. That's going to be her second personal foul. 14 fouls for Akron. Miami with 14 fouls as well. Gabrielle Brown Mitchell is going to exit the game. Shawnee Edmonds in for Akron. 5 for the Redhawks. Dickerson, Kendall McCoy, Bailey Reed, Savannah Kleesner, and Leah Purvis. Going down low to Kleesner as that lob pass is good as she went and high-pointed that ball and laid it up and in.
Yeah, great pass. I know it's definitely something they work on in practice and before the game, as we saw in warm-ups, throwing those passes down low.
driving in Kendall Miller, and she's going to pick up the charge as the Redhawks stepped in there, took the contact, and they're going to get the basketball right back.
Yeah, great job by Kleeser, step in. The Redhawks have tried a couple times to get that charge call. It's the first one they've been successful on, so great job by Kleeser to step in there.
Lauren Dickerson across the timeline, working on Shawnee Edmonds. Gets to the left wing. Leah Purvis, now top of the key. Bailey Reed, back to Dickerson, right wing. Dickerson drives into the paint, gets it out to Kleesner on the right elbow, dumping it down low to Kendall McCoy, and she loses the basketball on the entry pass. It's going to go back to Akron. 5 for Akron. Kendall Miller, Shawnee Edmonds. Rynell, Very, and Alyssa Clay. Akron moving from right to left across the radio dial or YouTube screen. Alyssa Clay, top of the key, back to Very. Now at the Edmonds, she splits the double team, gets at the Mac logo, jumper. That one's going to be short, a rebound by Very as she scoops and scores it with the contact, and she's going to go to line to complete the third three-point play.
Edmonds is doing a good job of splitting that screen. That's like the third time I think she's done that in the third quarter. Miami's trying to hard hedge this right now off ball screens, and she's doing a great job of pushing the ball through that and getting an easy jumper, even though she hasn't connected on them yet.
Free throw up and away, nothing but net there. Kristen Levering checks in for Savannah Kleesner as Caitlin Very checks out for Akron. Checking in for her is Colleen Neitzel, freshman forward from Rocky River, Ohio. Miami with the 48-42 lead. A minute and a half to go here in the third quarter. Driving, Kendall McCoy dumps it off to Bailey Reed, and she gets that one home as she rattles that one in.
Yeah, great baseline drive and good court vision to see Bailey Reed cutting down the middle of the lane there.
Left wing, Kendall Miller. Top of the key, Neitzel. Works it around to the right wing. Gives it off to Rynell, drives in, gets it blocked away, rebound secured by Neitzel, and back to Rynell in the left corner. Baseballs it over to Edmonds, the right wing. Edmonds driving, throws up a wild shot, no good, a rebound. Leah Purvis coming the other way of the Redhawks and Lauren Dickerson. Dickerson pushing it, loses the ball for a second, picks it up, and she's working on Shawnee Edmonds. Driving Dickerson as she turns it over, and we're going to get a foul going against Shawnee Edmonds. That's going to be a little bit of a late call there, but it's going to stay on the end with the Redhawks with 30 seconds back on the shot clock. 44.7 to go in this third quarter as we quickly approach the fourth.
Yeah, a late but good call there, Kenny. I think it was a late because the action ran into the ref, and she couldn't really get to her whistle in time, so.
Free throws coming for Lauren Dickerson as she connects on the first one. Kenji Smits coming in for Leah Purvis. One more coming for Lauren Dickerson, who leads the way for the Redhawks with 13. She's 2 for 3 from the free throw line this afternoon. Alyssa Clay checking out of the game for Akron. Coming in for her is going to be Sefcek. First, second free throw is no good by Lauren Dickerson. 51-42, 9-point lead for the Redhawks. 32 seconds to go here in the quarter. Kendall Miller, top of the key, gets it out to Edmonds in the right wing. Kicks it back out to Shawnee. Now Shawnee's going to drive, get it cutting right now, who loses it. It's going to go out of bounds off of Akron. It was 17.3 on the game clock in the third quarter. Miami will hold for the last shot.
Edmonds split the hedge there again, but still couldn't get anything to happen off of it.
Kenji Smits, top of the key, 7 seconds to go. Dickerson is going to have to go now. 4 seconds. She launches a long three, and she knocks it down. Lauren Dickerson ends the half on the exclamation point and knocks in her 16th point of the afternoon. And the Redhawks are rolling now, up 54-42. Fourth quarter coming here at Millett Hall as the Redhawks lead Akron. Listen to Miami Basketball on Red Hawk Radio.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you. We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
So talk back here. You can do it if you try.
You're not wired to have a response to this sound. You're neutral to it, and you can hear it repeatedly without feeling anything. But when we introduce a new stimulus, save the food, we've achieved pulling a natural or inborn response from you. Save the food. Why are we doing this, you may ask? Save the food. Because this ad is trying to change the world's behavior through brainwashing. Because 40% of all food in the US never gets eaten. Save the food. And that costs a family of four $1,500 a year. Save the food. Cha-ching. It's worsening climate change through the release of methane gas. Save the food. Cha-ching. And it's wasting precious natural resources like our fresh water. Save the food. Cha-ching.
Fourth quarter about to get underway here at Millett Hall. Kenny Schierlinger, Leighton Kentwell, 54-42 lead for Miami. And Leighton, how are they going to hold on to this lead and end the regular season with a win?
I think just keep attacking the paint. I mean, 36 points in the paint right now to 8 on the Akron side. They're doing just a great job of getting the ball inside. They don't really need to take threes. They've only made 2 threes in the game. And on the defensive end, just keep containing the drive. Allow Akron to take these outside shots and get these rebounds. Doing a great job on the glass with the 11-point advantage on the glass still. So I think just keep playing the way they've been playing, Kenny. Doing a great job on the glass, great job getting the ball inside, and great job containing the ball. Great job all around, Kenny.
100% agree there, Leighton. So we're going to get underway here as Kristen Levering triggers it in to Lauren Dickerson. Miami's still working from left to right in this fourth quarter. Kenji Smith, right wing, trying to get it down low to Savannah Kleesner, and out of the outstretched hands of Kleesner. It's going to go out of bounds off of Miami. It's going to go back to Akron. Kenji Smith's checking out of the basketball game. And for her is Leah Purvis. High post to Neitzel, throws up a jumper, and that one just clanks off the backboard. Rebound Miami. Here comes Dickerson down the right sideline, working on Sefcek. Dickerson slips her, gets into the lane, and turns it over. Sefcek picks it up, out to Edmonds, driving right now, and she gets picked up by Kristen Levering, and the fast break gets negated by the Miami defense. Kendall Miller works her way to the right wing, trying to find an opening. She gets it out to Neitzel. Long three, up and away, in and out. Better looking shot there from Neitzel, but it's unable to drop in. 54-42, 8:50 to go. Miami still leads it. Top of the key, Savannah Kleesner gets down to Kristen Levering. Jump hook, no good. A rebound tipped up and secured there by Megan Sefcek. She gets it out to Shawnee Edmonds, bringing it up the floor. Edmonds is going to launch a three from the top of the key, and she doesn't even catch the rim there. That's going to go out of bounds. Basketball going back to Miami.
Definitely not her game so far with the 1 for 10 from the floor, 1 for 5 from 3. Hasn't really made a 3 since the first quarter here. That's all I got to say about that.
So Lauren Dickerson fires it in. Akron shows a full court press for a second, and then they back off into a half court set. Dickerson at the top of the key, trying to find an open, gets it out to the high post to Savannah Kleesner. Now the right wing to Leah Purvis, who drives into the lane, trying to find an opening, goes up with it. It's stolen away there by Megan Sefcik, and given up to Shawnee Edmonds, who's going to bring it up the left sideline. Edmonds works her way, driving right, gets in the lane, no good. A rebound, Savannah Kleesner. Here comes Miami down the other way as Lauren Dickerson looked like she was going to push it for a second, but she pulls up. Now Dickerson driving left, scoop and score, and count the foul as Lauren Dickerson, and count the bucket rather, as she gets fouled, and she's going to go to the line for one shot coming up here. Lauren Dickerson leading away from Miami, 18 points, trying to get 19 with her trip to the line. 7 for 10 from the field, 2 for 5 from beyond the arc. She's 2 for 4 from the charity stripe this afternoon.
Yeah, she does a great job finishing with bigger defenders around her. Just very impressive all around by Lauren Dickerson tonight.
She knocks in that one, converts the three-point play. Leading point getter for Miami. Right now, the leading point getter for Akron. Kristen Berry on the right wing gets it off to Harmon. Now to the top of the key, or left wing to Brown Mitchell. Harmon slips the double team, gets to the Brown Mitchell, who's driving left. Gets stopped at the left block, kicks it out to Berry, who drives, and we're going to get another shot clock violation on Akron as Miami ratchets up the defense. And they'll get the ball right back off the turnover.
Yeah, I don't think Akron was even aware of the shot clock running down. She was driving to the lane, driving to the basket, but she didn't have any sense of urgency to her. Thinking about that shot clock there.
Yeah, that's something they're going to have to look out for, as we're going to get a foul out of bounds. No foul called there as Sefcik applied the pressure. It's going to be Miami basketball right in front of their bench. It's stolen away for a second by Brown Mitchell, but picked up a loose ball by Lauren Dickerson. She's going to bring it across the timeline again. Trying to get it down to Leah Purvis, who goes up with it, and we're going to get a charge going against Miami.
A little bit too much force by Leah Purvis there, and great positioning by Sefcik to take that charge there.
So Sefcik steps in there, couldn't see for a second. She got up quick, couldn't see who hit the deck. 57-42, Miami still leads it. Berry driving in, reverse layup. She gets that one to bounce in off the back of the iron. Pretty looking move there from Caitlin Berry. We're going to get a whistle on the floor. Timeout by Miami. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay with you. So Miami still with a 13-point lead. 6:31 to go in the fourth quarter. As they're going to say it is a full timeout. We'll still stay with you here. So Leighton, anything changing for you for Miami as they are trying to close out these last 6.5 minutes to try to get their last regular season win and jockey for position in Cleveland next weekend?
I would just run the time off the clock here. Just take time on offense and just really, burn the time. Probably get something, run something late in the shot clock, and on defense, just stick with what they're doing. Obviously, they're doing a great job. Only 44 points through about 34 minutes of this game. So I think if they stick to that, I think they'll be in good shape to get this win, as they're already up 13. But yeah, don't really need to change anything up here too much. I think this timeout was just to draw a play up, try to get a quick score. But other than that, I think they're doing a great job of all around of keeping this lead.
Looking at the stat sheet, I think the biggest thing that stands out to me and stand out to anybody is the points in the paint, with Miami leading the way 38-10. Miami also still out rebounding Akron 35-22. 9 offensive rebounds for Miami. Leading the way is the fantastic junior from Indianapolis, Lauren Dickerson, 19 points. Haley Rydnell still leading the way for Akron with 14. Akron only with 2 players in double figures in the point column, with Sefcik with 10. Sefcik has shown spurts of scoring, but has been very inconsistent tonight. He's had a hot first half and has slowed down here in the second, and they're going to have to find some points and have to find it quick. If you're Akron and head coach Melissa Jackson, who spent 10 years on the Akron staff before being named the head coach this past year. She's in her first season. The 10th women's basketball coach in Akron's history. So we're going to get back to action here as Kristen Levering's going to fire it in. Your 5-4, the Redhawks is Levering, Kleesner, Dickerson, Reed, and Purvis. 5 for Akron is Sefcik, Very, Harmon, Edmonds, Rydnell, and Brown Mitchell is going to round out your 5. A little bit of a delay here. We're waiting for the TV timeout to be concluded. And we're back to action as Levering gets it in to Dickerson. Brown Mitchell playing tight defense on Lauren Dickerson. She slips her for a second, trying to get it down low to Savannah Kleesner. It's knocked away out of bounds off an Akron. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Miami will have the basketball on the baseline.
It doesn't surprise me. Coach Megan Duffy tried to go to her early post up right off the timeout there.
Kleesner slips her defender, drives baseline, and goes up with it. Unable to convert on the layup, but she's going to get fouled and go to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, she faked the handoff off of the inbounds pass and just able to get by her defender and create contact for the foul.
70% free throw shooter. Knocks in the first one. She had 13 points, 10 rebounds, a double-double against Akron last time these two faced off. Tonight, or this afternoon, she has 13 and 6. One more coming off the back of the iron, no good. She converts 1 of the 2. Miami still on top, 14, 58-44, 6:11 to go here in the fourth quarter. Getting it down low to Sefcik. She's going to work on Purvis. She goes up with it off the window and in. Good footwork down there on the right block by Sefcik.
Looks like Akron is creating a little bit of pressure full court right there off the inbounds play. See if they start pressing to try to get back in this game.
Top of the key. Kendall McCoy swings it out to the left short corner for a jumper. No good there by Bailey Reed. A rebound out to Gabrielle Mitchell. She's going to bring it across the timeline, pushing it a little bit. Top of the key. She thinks about the 3, but hands it off to Rydnell. Back to Brown Mitchell with Lauren Dickerson all over. Mitchell works to her Brown Mitchell works to the right wing. Now she hands it off to Harmon. Long 3 up by Sefcik. Long rebound out to Kendall McCoy. She secures it. Outlet pass out to Dickerson. She gets it up the floor to Purvis. Cutting Kendall McCoy. She slips into the paint and gets that one off the window. 60-46 lead now for the Redhawks. Under 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Redhawks looking pretty good shape. Brown Mitchell driving baseline. She loses it off of her knee. And that's going to be Miami basketball. Checking in for Akron is going to be Alyssa Clay. And we're going to get a media timeout here at Millett Hall. 60-46 lead here for the Miami Redhawks over the Akron Zips. 4:51 to play on a regular season game for both these squads. So listen to Miami Redhawks basketball on a Red Hawk Radio.
Many medicines used to treat colds and flu contain acetaminophen, a pain reliever and fever reducer found in hundreds of over-the-counter and prescription medicines. But taking too much or more than one medication containing acetaminophen per day can damage your liver. So always read the label and don't take acetaminophen if you drink 3 or more alcoholic drinks every day. To learn more, visit fda.gov/OTC pain info. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Food and Drug Administration.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
Many medicines used to treat colds and flu contain acetaminophen, a pain reliever and fever reducer found in hundreds of over-the-counter and prescription medicines. But taking too much or more than one medication containing acetaminophen per day can damage your liver. So always read the label and don't take acetaminophen if you drink 3 or more alcoholic drinks every day. To learn more, visit fda.gov/OTC pain info. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Food and Drug Administration.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be.
Kenny Schierlinger, Leighton, Kentwell back in the studio. Patrick Geshan, 60-46 lead here for the Redhawks as they're trying to finish out the season strong as they're going to head to Cleveland next week. Just jockeying for some position in seeding as they will face off with somebody on Wednesday. Is yet to be determined. We will be in Cleveland for the games on Thursday if Miami is there with men's basketball, and definitely Friday if the women's advance. So you'll be able to tune in to Red Hawk Radio. And hopefully through the weekend on Saturday if the women's team and possibly the men's team get to the MAC championships at Quicken Loans Arena.
That would be amazing, Kenny. That would definitely be amazing.
The campus would love that, the whole Miami community, the Red Hawk faithful, and trying to...
I was going to say, a score to watch here for the women's side. Kent State is still up on Buffalo with 7 minutes and counting in the fourth quarter. So if Buffalo does lose this game, Miami will get that 3 seed in the MAC tournament.
Dickerson steps inside the three-point arc, hands it off to Savannah Kleesner. He goes up with it, blocked away there by Caitlin Berry. Good defense there from the junior.
Can I reboot this?
Yeah. Just turn on.
Do you mind?
All right, let's see. Go on YouTube.
I'm still not getting it on the other side here.
I'll let you know if 5 comes up. We still got 4 is on. 5's on. We're up and running. Then we back on air.
So when the power went out, there was 4:32. Miami's still up 60-46. Scoreboard here at Millett Hall looks to be all correct as what it was. I mean, I'm just looking here at looking at the stat box on the monitor. It looks like it's 4:32.
Yeah, there's probably trying to get everything sorted over there. But yeah, it was weird. I've never had that happen before. Some power outage here, but we'll be back up and running soon. And I think it's Miami's ball, if I am not mistaken.
Yes, I believe.
We got the rebound, and then it was knocked out of bounds, I believe, by Akron. So we should be getting the ball underneath our own basket.
And they're saying it was due to a lightning strike in the area. I heard that baseball is in a lightning delay. It looks pretty nasty outside right now. It looks like it's dusk. It's
it might even be a nighttime game now.
We could call it a nighttime game, maybe. 3:41 official time here, East Coast time here in southwestern Ohio.
We got music back on so our Shakerettes can dance. They were kind of just standing out in the middle and didn't know what to do. But it looks like the players are lining up right now. Everybody's cheerleaders and then all still on the court. And
it might take some time, actually, for the truck and the media, the TV, ESPN3 broadcast to maybe get booted up. But I think they have that up and going. And it looks like we're going to set back up and continue this basketball game with 4:32 to go. Miami up 60-46. If you're just joining us, the Red Hawks have led most of the way here with 42 points in the paint compared to Akron's 10, out-rebounding Akron 37-24. And they're led by Lauren Dickerson. Akron started off hot, shooting from beyond the arc. And that was really the catalyst for them was Megan Sefcek, who still sits at 12 points. She had 7 straight, as it looked like replay monitors might not be up and running just yet. We do have power, but it might take some time for some of the systems here at Millett Hall to reboot. Not even sure if we might be on generator power here or not. So
yeah, I wouldn't know that, Kenny, but at least we do have power, and we at least are going to get back to this game at some point soon. Looks like all the fans are staying in their seats. No one's really leaving, as we are holding a 14-point lead with 4.5 to go. But Kent State is still holding on to the lead. 5:30 to go in that game. They're up 6. So hopefully they can hold on to that lead, and Miami will get that 3 seed, barring any random comeback by Akron. But good day for Miami women's basketball here. After losing a couple games in a row, they're getting back on track with this great performance tonight, or this afternoon, actually, Kenny.
So after the first quarter, just the recap, after the first quarter, Akron led Miami 18-16, and they kind of jumped out on the Red Hawks, and Red Hawks finally woke up in the second quarter. They outscored the Zips 16-5, and since then, Miami has outscored Akron in the third quarter 22-19, and in the fourth quarter, it's 6-4 advantage for Miami. Back to action we go here as Lauren Dickerson kicks it out to the top of the key to Kendall McCoy. 5 seconds on the shot clock as Leah Purvis has to go. She gets it stolen away, and that's going to be a shot clock violation as she's unable to get a shot up after the lengthy media timeout and power outage here at Millett Hall. But we're back and running now with 4:19 to go. Akron's going to have to start moving quickly here and cut into this 14-point lead Miami has built. Miami has led as many as 15.
Which Super Bowl was it that the power went out in the middle of it?
That was the Ravens 49ers, I believe.
49ers, yeah, and didn't the Ravens come back after the power outage and win that game? Let's see if Akron can do the same here.
In New Orleans, yep. That was, can't remember the year, but
that was a few years back.
I think it was a sophomore in high school, so it was a while ago.
Yeah.
Drive there is going to be no good, but we're going to get a foul in the play. Oh, they're going to call a charge going against Akron as Lissa Clay drove in there and turns it over. It's going to be the 15th turnover for Akron on the afternoon. Miami with 14. So both these teams not taking care of the ball very well. But Miami, with those points in the paint and the high percentage shots, have really been a difference for them.
Yeah, I think that was Kendall McCoy who stepped in for that charge there. I think it's second on the day for the Red Hawks.
Both teams in pretty good shape foul-wise. Reinell with 3 and Miller with 3. But unless they pick one up in the next minute or so, they should be fine. So back to action we go. Lauren Dickerson drives and pulls up. Now gets into Bailey Reed in the right wing. High post to Savannah Kleesner, dumping it down low to Kendall McCoy. She is going to be picked up and called for 3 seconds in the lane. And it's going to go back to Akron.
Yeah, he's hanging around in there a little bit too long. I'll call for the 3-second violation.
Across the timeline, Shani Edmonds goes. Top of the key, Haley Rennell. Now the left wing to Harmon. She guts it down low to Very, who misses the layup. Picked up there and rebounded and cleaned up on the glass by Reinell, who gets that one to go. Second chance opportunity there for Akron. 60-48, 3:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. Lauren Dickerson gets a double screen from McCoy and Kleesner. Coming off the curl and hitting Purvis. Now Kendall McCoy's going to drive into the paint. Kick it out into the left short corner for a jumper. No good by Kleesner. Picked up by Kendall McCoy, and she's going to go up and go to the line for 2 shots as she got the rebound off of the Kleesner miss. Haley Reinell picks up a foul. That's her 4th personal foul. It might have jinxed her a little bit there. She picks up her 4th personal. She's going to have to look out for that. She's going to have to check out. Checking in for her is Kennedy Azubike.
Reinell's having a pretty good game there for Akron. 4 for 5 from the three-point line. Someone they definitely will need if they want to come back in this game.
That first free throw was good there by Kendall McCoy. Unable to get the second one. And Kendall Miller checks in for Akron. Miller, left wing, working on Bailey Reed. Top of the key to Very. Trying to get rid of it. She gets it in the right corner to Alyssa Clay, who launches a long 3. That one's going to be long. A rebound tried to be secured by Very, and it's taken away by the Redhawks. And down the left sideline comes Lauren Dickerson. Dickerson passes it out to Leah Purvis in the left wing. Now at the Bailey Reed at the point. Now to Dickerson in the right wing. Dickerson working with Edmonds all over. Leah Purvis, long 3 from the left wing, no good. A long rebound is going to bounce out of bounds into the Redhawks bench. It's going to be Akron basketball. Kristen Levering coming back in for the Redhawks, checking in for Savannah Kleesner. Colleen Neitzel coming in as well for Akron. She checks in for Caitlin Very. 2:11 to go here. Akron trailing 61-48. Neitzel hands it off to Miller, who drives left, goes up with the layup, no good. A rebound, Bailey Reed. She's bringing it up the floor, and then she's going to think twice and slow it up across the timeline. Working away to the right wing. Top of the key to Levering. Now to Dickerson. Left block, Levering goes up with it, and she's going to pick up the foul. Going to the line for 2 shots is going to be Kristen Levering, the senior from Powell, Ohio, shooting at 60% from the line this season. She's coming off a 14-point performance against Ohio this past Wednesday. First one up and away. Nothing but net there for Kristen Levering. Kenji Smits checking in for Bailey Reed. She'll step in as at the free throw line there. Second free throw up and away and good there for Kristen Levering. 63-48 lead for Miami.
A good ovation for Bailey Reed as she checks out of this game, probably for the last time on Miami's home court there. So great career by her at Miami.
Akron taking a long time as Abazuke gets into the lane, throws up a shot at the MAC logo, no good. A rebound, Kristen Levering. And now we're going to get a handful of Miami Redhawks to the scores table, and they're going to get the seniors out of the game. Kendall McCoy, Kristen Levering, Lauren Dickerson, and Leah Purvis. Your seniors checking out for the last time. Kristen Levering, Leah Purvis, and Kendall McCoy.
We'll get a standing ovation a little bit behind us by the parents of these players. They did a great job, Miami, leading them to 2 back-to-back great seasons with buys into the MAC tournament.
Abby Hoff, Vanessa Gerlitz, Kennedy Taylor in for the Redhawks with Kenji Smits. Not Kendall McCoy. Abby Hoff goes up with it, or Kelly McLaughlin goes up, and she's going to get fouled.
It was actually Goffin missed that, and then
McLaughlin. Yep.
Hoff got the rebound, and then went up, got fouled with it. Yeah.
So a free throw up and away for Hoff, and she converts that one, 64-48. And it looks like Miami's got a handle on this basketball game as Alexis Straw checks in for Kenji Smits. Second one off the back of the iron, no good there for Abby Hoff. Alexis Straw picks up the foul after the free throw miss. With 1:03 to go, Miami just about has this wrapped up 64-48 here on the Akron Zips. And looks like they're going to end their losing streak and end the regular season with a win. Kendall Miller driving right, working on Abby Hoff. She misses it and picks it up. Once again goes up, and she's going to get fouled and go to the line. Miller, 60% free throw shooter, misses that one off the back of the iron and out. One more coming for her. She converts that one, the freshman guard from St. Vincent St. Mary's High School. Some guy named LeBron James attended there and played basketball there.
I think I know who that is, Kenny. I think you know who you're talking about. Just past Michael Jordan in the
I think he plays
all-time
basketball.
points.
I think he plays basketball, maybe football.
Probably couldn't play football if he wanted to.
Kennedy Taylor drives in and completes the three-point play. The freshman guard from Columbus gets that one to go. She's shooting at 57% from the line this year, trying to complete the three-point play and extend Miami's lead. That one's off the front of the rim and no good. 24.9 seconds to go here. Shot clock is turned off, and that rebound ricochets off of Akron. It's going to be Miami basketball on the baseline. Garrellis in to trigger it in. She gets it out to Alexis Straw, and I think they're just going to hold on to it and put this game on ice as the Miami Redhawks are going to end their regular season with a win, end their three-game losing streak, and head to Cleveland next Wednesday. And pending what happens around the MAC, we'll have to wait and see what seeding they'll get as the final buzzer goes off here at Millett Hall. And after a little bit of a power delay, rain delay, lightning delay, whatever you want to spin it, the Redhawks come out with a victory 66-49 here at Millett. Any final thoughts here for you, Leighton?
That was a great way to end the regular season, and on senior night, just great play by Lauren Dickerson. Efficient night, 7 for 10. Those 19 points, and I think it's a great way to just enter the MAC tournament with a solid win here, and hopefully they can make it far in Cleveland.
So final stat lines here for the Redhawks and the Akron Zips. Lauren Dickerson leads the way for Miami with 19 points, 7 for 10 from the field, 2 for 5 from beyond the arc, 3 for 5 from the free throw line. She had 6 assists, 1 steal, 3 rebounds with 34 minutes of play. Great showing for her, the junior from Indianapolis. Leading the way for Akron is Haley Reinell. She had 16 points, 5 for 9 from the field, 4 for 5 from beyond the arc. 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 block. 31 minutes of play as Leah Purvis steps in with the microphone and thanks the crowd here. The senior from Los Angeles. And she and her basketball team will head to Cleveland and try to get a MAC Conference Championship and book a ticket to the NCAA tournament. So that's going to do it for Millett Hall. For Kenny Schierlinger, Leighton Kentwell, we're going to throw it out to Patrick Geshan back in the studio. So we'll wrap up what happened this afternoon at Millett Hall as Miami gets the victory, 66-49. Patrick?
Kenny, thank you very much. And you're right, the Redhawks pulling off the win in the final game of the regular season. And what was kind of an uneventful second quarter on the court, but off the court it was rather eventful with a power outage happening with 4:30 to go in the fourth quarter. And Redhawks led at 60-46 at that point. Akron only had 3 more points after the power outage. Redhawks led the game 54-42 after the third. Lauren Dickerson made a last-second three-pointer. Redhawks hit a 9-0 run at the beginning of the fourth quarter and just kept on going. They ended the game on a 6-1 run. Well, the stat we watched this afternoon all the time was points in the paint. The Redhawks led that category 42-12, and that's the way it finished. Redhawks also had bench points, 17-5. They led that category too. Final field goal numbers, Redhawks 27 for 55 from the field, Akron 16 for 53 from the three-point field goal line, and behind it, Miami 2 for 11, Akron 7 for 19. Redhawks 10 for 18 on free throws, Akron 10 for 13, and Miami leading the rebounds tonight, 43-29. So that is the final game of the regular season for both of these two teams, and Akron will be playing Monday. It just depends on the other games as far as where they're going to be playing and if it's going to be at home or on the road. And right now, there's 40 seconds to go in the fourth quarter in Kent, Ohio. Kent State, the Golden Flashes, lead Buffalo by 4, 57-53. We'll keep a close eye on that. If Kent State can hold on to that game, Miami would lock up the 3 seed for the MAC tournament in Cleveland coming up on their first game, which will be Wednesday. The men's side will play Monday, and that game will be at Akron. They're going to leave tomorrow to go up there. And if they hold on to be successful, their game will be Thursday at noon against Buffalo. And that game will probably be on Red Hawk Radio from Quicken Loans Arena. And we'll get up there for that one. And any team, men's or women's, that advances past Thursday, their games will be on Red Hawk Radio as well, right here on our YouTube channel. So the Red Hawks hold on with the power outage and everything else going on, 66-49 on Senior Day. And we will see you next from Cleveland next Thursday at the soonest, 12 o'clock Eastern Time. The Redhawks men's team will advance past Akron. They'll take on Buffalo at the Q on Thursday afternoon. So for Kenny Schierlinger, Leighton Kentwell, my name is Patrick Geshan saying so long and good afternoon here from the studio. Redhawks hold on to beat Akron 66-49 this afternoon. MAC tournament time is next, and this has been a presentation of Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio.